Hey, good morning, everybody. Have another soccer reaction review video for you. Looks like we have the 10 best soccer dribbling drills for U6, U8, and U10. I mean, right off the bat, there is no best. What's the best drill? The best dribbling drills? I think people put the titles like that for kind of clickbait stuff, but there is no best. But we're gonna take a look at these, and I'll give you my thoughts on using these drills for your training. Number one.
If flag football, tag, and soccer had a baby, it would be this game, DuckTales. Yes, just when you thought soccer couldn't be more fun, we've combined it with not one, but two beloved games.
This is a cool...
Here, players use their wits and moves to maintain possession of the ball, or in this case, their tail.
This is a good game, and it does help promote dribbling and kind of... you're dribbling the ball and you have to kind of worry about the other player taking your penny. It's like soccer tag kind of thing. This is a great warm-up game. I've used this quite a bit for the younger age groups. You can do it with the ball, do it without the ball, have them just run and chase each other just to get the, chasing and running aspect. And then you introduce a ball, and that could help with the dribbling and kind of worrying about, somebody coming after you while you have to dribble the ball at the same time. So this is kind of a fun warm-up game to let the kids have fun at the beginning of practice. Kind of just get them running around, get them loosened up, get them moving the ball around.
Use 4 cones to set up a square space while each player
Yeah, so you just basically set up a square. You can give, half pennies and, half, it could be teams. You could have a whole team full of balls and the other team, goes and takes their pennies, and you could time it. And so there's always variations you can do of all these kind of drills, depending on the level of your players.
Here's how it looks. Players dribble their ball around the space, trying to steal a teammate's tail while protecting their own. Play several rounds, about a minute each. If you want to make it competitive, the player with the most tails at the end wins the round.
Yep, you always make it competitive. Always make it competitive. Always make it some kind of competition. I think we're doing a disservice to play a game like this and have no winner at the end of the game is kind of doing a disservice to kids. You should always be breeding competition in your practice and your trainings, because these kids you're training them to compete against other players. So competition all the time, in my opinion. A version of this I like to play is like knockout. So you put all the players in a square, everybody has a ball. And then, they're trying to keep possession of their ball while kicking the other player's ball out at the same time. The last one in is the winner. And then sometimes if people aren't kicking their balls out enough or being aggressive enough, I'll send, what I call like a wolf. The wolf will go in and try to kick their balls out. So it turns into, different scenarios and situations. All right, number 2.
Lightning McQueen would definitely approve of this one. This is red light, green light. Here, we're working on dribbling, agility, and coordination. Use 4 cones to set up your space and give each player a ball. Here's how it looks.
Ready? And green light.
When you call green light, they dribble fast. Tell them to imagine they're their favorite race car as they zoom around the space. Gratuitous car sounds are highly encouraged.
I can't hear you, I'm old. Yellow light.
On yellow light, they slow down, using small touches.
Right, so I've played with the younger kids, U8, U6, U8, even the older kids like it too. Everybody loves red light, green light, right? I run it is the typical old-fashioned way where they're all in a line and they have to walk towards you, at the same time, or dribbling towards you in the red light, green light game. If somebody's too slow to stop the ball, then they have to go back to the beginning. And I like that version better because it gives a consequence, and it really teaches you, because we're focusing on dribbling, and we're focusing on stopping the ball, with a cut, with your foot on top, whatever the case may be, whatever you're teaching. But we're teaching them to dribble and then stop that ball, at a certain point in time when they hear you say red, right? Or you can say yellow, so they think to start slowing down, and then red, you want to stop that ball. You as a coach can choose how strict you want to be with the rules. So if you say red and they're supposed to stop the ball and there's a little bit of movement, you decide at the age and at the level, do they go back to the beginning, or Was it barely moving? Was the ball keep rolling? Then you send them back to the beginning. So that's up to you to determine what the consequence, I know consequence sounds like a bad word, but we're teaching kids, to keep the ball in the game. All games have consequences, right? You lose the ball, the other team could score. So maybe they're going to do that. Let's check the drill out a little bit more. But I like to play the old-fashioned way of red light, green light, where all the kids are coming, in an even line straight at you, and then the first one, past your hand or whatever, wins that match.
Just to keep the ball close to their body.
I love how you keep the ball within your force
Keep the ball close to your body. That's the whole point of this drill, is keeping the ball close, not kicking, because a lot of kids want to kick ahead, right?
Like this. Keep calling different lights at random as they move around the space. After a minute or two, ask your players to suggest a new color and assign it a new action. Like orange means swing your arms back and forth, or purple means dance your heart out. Repeat each color a few times after you add it to help them remember. This game is great for releasing lots of pent-up energy. Just call out lots of green lights. But remind players to keep their heads up to avoid collisions. It's not a demolition derby. Coaches, don't be surprised if your players can't stop the ball on a dime when you call red light.
Yeah. You're teaching them to stop the ball. So right there you see a few of the kids were able to stop the ball.
Using the sole of their foot to stop the ball.
So you see right there, a few kids were able to stop the ball, and some balls, rolled a little bit farther. That's where I want to make it more like a game, right? Those kids that the ball went forward, they have to go to the beginning. And I think by doing that, they're going to learn how to keep control of that ball more, because they want to win the game. They want to do well during the game. And you'd be surprised how quick they pick it up, much more than somebody yelling at them and telling them, that they did it wrong. They learn through the game quite a bit. So, but this version is fine. I'm not knocking it or anything. It's a good little way to get lots of dribbles in. Kids are having fun, and I like adding the colors, different lights, and then you do toe taps and other things. It's a great way just to get a bunch of different skills and technique involved in it. So I would do it a different way, but this way is cool too. These are all games. These are all great games you could play at the beginning of practice or even during practice, whatever. I look at these as more warm-up games. I wouldn't spend my whole practice just doing just these games. So I think we'll call it here. I'm going to look for some actual, like when I'm talking about drills and what I think are better at teaching more effectively. So I'll find some of those and we'll do some reviews, and I'll show you guys what, or I could even make a video about dribbling. I figure there's so many videos out there, might as well just use what's out there. And all right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys soon on another breakdown. Stags Reacts. If you can, drop me a like, drop me a follow, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.